Well, Rein, it's been a while.
Yes.
January of 2023 is the last time we did a Marvel TV show vidcast.
Oh, shoot. Oh, man. I remember January 20... Man, what an instant time. The world was looking up. I had a career.
And you know who took that career away, Rein? A witch. We're talking about Agatha All Along, and this is Bomb Squad All Along. I guess before we get into the individual episodes, let's just get right into it, Rein. I don't think you or I were actually particularly excited. Maybe just a little intrigued. I think that describes mine. I probably had more intrigue than you, but what about you?
I was more open than you would think. Like, I was more open I was more interested in this than like Armor Wars or whatever, or but like for pretty like surface level pay reasons, like I thought like my thoughts on the Agatha character in the show, like I don't know anything about her in the comics, but like in the show, like I thought something Hahn, what's her first name, the actress?
Catherine Hahn.
I thought like I liked the character for her performance more so than like the actual, you know, way the character's written or whatever. So I was, you know, excited to see her ham it up. I heard that was the same like creative showrunner or whatever. Or I don't even think they're officially showrunners for a lot of these Disney Plus shows, but
well, they are now because the latest strikes forced them to do that now. But Wandavision did not have a showrunner. This show does, from what I understand.
But you know, same creative lead. And even though that was a show I didn't like, pretty much everyone else, I thought it kind of got less interesting as it went on. It was still one I appreciated. And also, you know, on a surface level, I like me some fantasy stuff. I like witchy vibes, aesthetics. I think they're fun. I like them about as much. I like them a lot by straight man standards, at least. I hope that was funny and not offensive. But yeah, so I was mildly interested and mildly ready to go. Like, I'm mildly, I don't know. Anyway, you go.
I liked WandaVision a lot. Unlike Star Wars, Marvel hasn't scared me off yet. I still go out of my way to watch all the Marvel things. Except What If. Still haven't seen season 2. And that Groot show, but I think that show's like for actual babies. So like, I don't think it's a big deal. I haven't seen that one. I was interested in this. I thought the trailers looked intriguing. And I guess we'll get right into it with season 1, episode 1. Seekest thou the road? Which we already have a big point of disagreement right away. The first half of this episode is parodying a police procedural, which I was 100% into, and I wanted the show to be more like that. Rein, you hated that, isn't that correct?
Twist. Yeah, no. So when we were texting about it, I wasn't too hot on it. I got what they were doing. I guess I don't know. There's not really much more to say about that. But then, I found out my girlfriend was really wanting to watch the show. You know, she's like pretty indifferent to Marvel stuff, superhero stuff. But I found out like independently of anything with me, like she was mean to watch the show anyway. She's been really big into witchy stuff and all that. But so when I rewatched it, I actually did appreciate it more. I don't know, there's like some small stuff I just didn't pick up on before that made me appreciate the whole like, oh, the town's just like kind of being nice to her, to this crazy lady. I still not really into it, I guess. Like, I don't know, I guess maybe because I think Agatha is just a lot more entertaining when she's just being a dick than when she's than the whatever her like what everyone was calling her, Angie's not a very entertaining character. I don't
Agnes,
think
yeah.
I don't think a lot of those, like, I mean, to be honest, a lot of the jokes period don't work for me, at least the first episodes. But yeah, I just don't remember ever laughing. I did laugh a good bit in the third episode, but spoiler is, yeah, the first 2 episodes I was in having a good time, but like I noticed, oh, this is supposed to be a comedy. I have not laughed once. Really, but it's, well, kind of, but I don't know.
I was laughing pretty hard when she was out there naked. I was like, she's naked.
That was pretty funny. It's way more so for the shock, because like, oh, hey, wait, Marvel sexuality exists. It's like once in a blue moon that they
Well,
acknowledge
it
that.
exists in the same sense that Steve Harvey on The Family Feud will be like,
naked grandma! Naked, huh?
I'm intrigued by Aubrey Plaza's character. I do think it's interesting when you realize...
Until Joe spoiled it for us.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Our Joe, member of Bomb Squad, we're not going to say what he showed us. But apparently due to toy leaks, we know who Aubrey Plaza's character is. And would have been nice to find out watching the show, Joe. Boo. I also like that you realize on a rewatch that the entire episode until she goes outside naked takes place in her house.
Yeah, I enjoyed the car bit more the second time. Second watch through, stuff like that. Audrey Plaza's her first conversation with Angie's is more enjoyable. Second time around when it's like, oh, she's okay, I'll do the whole detective's shtick for you.
I like that. I'm also we'll get into the one big character here that's introduced near halfway through the episode that I know who he's supposed to be. I don't know if you know, Rein. I will tell you after the recording.
No,
let's not say it for the audience members that maybe aren't as comic aware. But I mean, I know who that's supposed to be.
I could have sworn I've read something with him when I was like in high school. He
was a pretty popular character in the early 2010s.
Yeah, he it's one of those characters where it's like because I read it so long ago, it's like, do I know you through actually reading about you, or do I know you through Wikipedia articles?
I think that's the thing with all comic characters, the big ones. Did I read you, or did I read about you?
Yeah, like that's me with like I remember some of the first stuff I read was with like the like X-Men. I think because since the character, well, okay, I don't want to give a spoiler, but like I want to say they do stuff with the X-Men. Like that's like with the like, I don't know. Never mind.
Who knows? And also, the more we allude to it, the more that a person that maybe hasn't figured it out yet will figure it out. So
the point is, yes, I know who the character's almost certainly supposed to.
And if it is that character, there are aspects of the casting I'm disappointed by that I can't elaborate on, or else that might give what character it is away. But I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It's similar to my disappointment with another recent Marvel casting. But I thought the first episode was fun. I really liked the bit where she's like quickly cycling through all of her Wandavision's get-ups. Which remind me of her when she's in her like 50s get-up and she has the hair. Let me get horny on main. That is like the hottest hairstyle ever to me.
I can see that. That's a understandable opinion.
I don't know what it is about it, but I just see it and I go like cartoon eyes bulging out. Boing, 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 boing.
I wish I knew enough about hair to like give like a smart answer. Like, oh yeah, because the hair. Yeah, no, it looks nice. I don't think it's not weird.
Oh, and the fight at the end. Good fight. Good fight scene.
I'm trying. It's been a couple weeks, audience, so I'm trying to remember like where exactly one episode ends and where one Oh yeah, the fight between her and Aubrey Plaza.
Aubrey Plaza, yeah.
It's nice. Yeah. It's nice.
Let's move on to episode 2. Circle Sewn with Fate / Unlock Thy Hidden Gate. Oh, it rhymes. Oh, I kept looking at this like, why is there a fucking slash in the title? And then I say it out loud. I'm like, oh, it rhymes. It's like a song lyric. It's part of the song they sing in this episode, isn't it?
Almost certain.
Am I a dipshit? Am I really that big an idiot? Oh my god.
That's another thing I appreciate is in the first episode she's humming the song, which I didn't, obviously wouldn't have picked up on originally.
So the only things I really remember about this episode is we gotta go get some other witches, and then the song set piece at the end.
That is, I mean, to be fair, that is pretty much the whole episode, other than just like them traveling in between or whatever.
Made it a mildly boring watch near the end, because like by the time they got to the mall, I was like, how many more fucking times are we gonna do the hello witch, we need your services, I'm not gonna join up with you, here's our card, here's the time you need to show up. I like by the time it was the third go around, I was like, how much more am I gonna have to watch them do this?
I think the rule of three subconsciously allowed me to tolerate it more than I otherwise should. I don't know.
It's saying the same joke over and over again.
Yeah, no. Logically, I should be on the same boat. For some weird reason, I think I like this one a bit more. I don't know
if they went to a fourth one, you would have been like, you
I think so. I think so. It is like if I'm trying to be logical or consistent, it's very arbitrary, but that's what my heart decided on. I think I don't know any. Oh wait, let me let my cat in.
Audience, Rein has a cat. Did I know he had a cat? I didn't know there was a house cat in his apartment. Where the fuck do you live?
I live in Los Angeles.
What's your exact address? Say it so I can post it and dox you.
Well, wait. Well, I can't do I gotta first. So you might see my social security number to start with. Anyway, I don't know if my guess is these side witches are like based on characters in the comics.
There are characters in the comics.
Yeah. Do you know of them at all?
No, I don't really read the witchy side of Marvel.
Yeah, I do really like the I think I don't know. Subconsciously, I really wish I was, because I do really like the mystical side of like DC stuff. Whereas with Marvel, I'm pretty ignorant of that. But I don't know. I like these characters. I think I like the shitty potions lady. I like the weird fortune teller lady. Kind of
Patty LaPone. Don't say weird fortune teller lady. That's Patty LaPone.
Oh. I'm bad with names. I've seen her in things, but I'm bad with names.
She's like a musical theater legend.
I mean, I like her. She seems cool.
I like the song. At first, I was like, "Oh, really? A song?" And then by the end, I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah. No, and I'm excited. The episode ended with me excited because like, oh, we have to have this lady who can do divination, so they can see stuff ahead. They need the lady who can make potions to brew some stuff. They need a woman who can write a defense for a rapist, and also decipher things in Scientologies, which is, I assume, they have their own special language. So that's why they had to insub on the crew like that.
Sorry, that threw me off guard.
I was very proud of that joke. And I was going to say, what a shame, because she's such a great character actress.
We get to see the Salem witches, the evil witches here, which is kind of neat. They look pretty imposing.
Yeah, I did find out. Apparently, they are like a thing in the comics. It doesn't seem like it looks. What vaguely I saw is they're about as deep as you would think, which is to say, not very they're just scary witches.
Which makes it all the more. But yeah, everything in these episodes is based off of real things. Even Aubrey Plaza, surprisingly. Again, here's the thing. I guarantee you that's an episode 9 reveal. So we're gonna have to tiptoe around it this whole fucking time.
The things we do for you, audience.
Yeah, be grateful. Subscribe to our Patreon right now. Give us money. You motherfucker. Give us money, you motherfucker. Episode 3?
That was my favorite so far. I don't know about you.
Yeah, through many miles / of tricks and trials. I did send a single text about the episode to Rein during it, which is I watched it during the day in before the sun started setting, which meant the sun was shining through the windows directly in front of my face behind my TV, which makes watching anything that takes place at night almost impossible. I sent a photo of Rein, and you saw that photo.
Yeah, no, it was a vague outline of a human face,
which meant for the first half of the episode, I kind of had no idea what was going on. But then they got into the house, and I was like, oh, thank God. And the whole, potion gathering thing, I thought that was a lot of fun. I liked the potion gathering.
Yeah. No, I like, I don't know, I do think, the biggest strength to the Disney Plus shows, for example, a show I was pretty, I don't think I was on the podcast for them. The Bucky, Falcon, and Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, yeah.
Yeah. Very indifferent to that one, leaning towards probably negative. But the moments I did really like were the moments where it's just these characters like their financial struggles, just them living life, just non-superhero stuff when it's just not, when it can just not be when it's being like the furthest thing from a superhero thing. That's like when the Disney, the MCU shows are at their strongest. So when we have this thing where it's like, oh, we're not shooting lasers at a bad guy, we're not in a kung fu fight, we're just the tension is coming from having to do this like escape room basically. I think that was fun. It's
it was a lot of fun.
I was laughing more this episode than I was the previous ones. Wasn't the scary parts, they weren't scary, but like this is clearly trying to go for like a like kids first, like entry point kind of horror thing. So on that level I think it's effective enough.
It's not like full horror. Well, I wouldn't even call these things full horror, but Multiverse of Madness and Werewolf by Night had more actual horror elements than this. I did think I did, but it's there.
And also it is the third episode. It could go heavier with it as it goes on.
I mean, you want to talk about getting heavy? I mean, obviously it's not going to last that way, but Mrs. Hart fucking dies.
Yeah, I was genuinely surprised. I mean,
they're obviously going to reverse that, but like,
I don't know.
Really?
I mean, I could see it going either way. I could see them just kind of forgetting about her. Also, I do assume the other characters, a lot of the other, maybe not all of them, but a lot of the other side witches are going to die too.
And it's just going to be Agatha and the teen at the end.
This is the mall goth witch. This was the first episode where she started growing me with her moment, her actions with the teen. I thought were nice.
Yeah, sweet,
kind of heartfelt. Sweet. Yeah.
I like the bit where they like call the potion lady on her shit, like all organic. Really? No oil? She's like, throw it in there. I knew it.
Yeah, no, these they're not deep characters, but like there's what little time they devote to them. I was like, oh, there's they're pretty interesting. They're that memorable. They have a clear character to them. It's nice. Yeah, I'm excited to hopefully the more their backstory is as interesting as like the breadcrumbs we've gotten so far. We'll see though. And
we will see.
We will see.
Yeah, no complaints really with the episode, although I guess it's hard for me to know like what are they going to do next? Like is it going to like what kind of challenges are going to be next?
This show's interesting to me because it's the first time where all the Marvel shows up until now have either been spin-offs of the movies or its own continuation of a new thing like Moon Knight and Miss Marvel. This is the first Marvel show that's like a spin-off of one of the TV shows. I say that, and then the last time I said this, someone said, what about Echo? And I said, well, that kind of felt like launching its own character thing. This one feels way more connected to WandaVision than Echo feels connected to Hawkeye.
Yeah. Yeah, before I found out, I didn't know my girlfriend had already seen WandaVision. I was assuming, oh shit, we're going to have to like watch these other shows and then watch other movies to explain the show, and thankfully I didn't have to do that. But oh yeah, one other thing has nothing to do with what you said. So, but one thing one kind of tropey thing about the show I really like is it made me like realize that I love it when shows like when just like with Loki, where like the main characters just when they do a spin-off with a shitty villain, like you love to hate kind, where it's like, yeah, they're an asshole, but in a very fun, charming, because it's a fictional.
Well, with Loki, it's love to love. Let me tell you, the women love Loki.
Yeah, that's true. But also, I'm sure there's a lot of people.
The gays also love Loki.
Well, I mean, I assume the gays also love Agatha.
Yeah, there's a gay character apparently.
Oh yeah, I mean, no, I do like the casting. I guess ideal casting aside, I do think I like the kid's performance, the actor.
This is how I know that this show won't actually mean anything. There's a canonically gay main character, so it's never going to come up again. They couldn't put this. They can't market this movie in Saudi Arabia if there's a gay character in it.
Yeah. Agatha will not be appearing in Avengers Doomsday or whatever. I did see. It is funny. I said I don't know any. I'm ignorant to comics, Agatha, but I did see that recently Marvel, like, she went from like a frail old lady to like now like a hot person, like their early 20s or whatever.
I thought she was hot before. Thank you. Wrinkles are beautiful. Right?
When I said hot, just insert commercially attractive. Just using that word immediately makes you sound less piggish or whatever. I'm not arguing.
Rein hates women. He's just saying I'm a misogynist. He's a proud patriarch. Imagine that as like a Marvel villain. The proud patriarch.
Oh, that has to be a villain. Like I bet like there's like some 70s...
Guarantee you written by a man.
Yeah.
It's like a weird attempt at like second wave feminist critique in comic books, but like since it's a man doing it, it kind of falls flat. And also the guy isn't really a feminist.
Yeah.
You know who is really a feminist though, Rein?
Is it the person? Yeah, it's this person.
Watching! / you know what? Listening. I might upload these as audio only versions. But watching this first episode of Bomb Squad All Along. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching, listening, review. Mosey on down over at our Patreon. $5. Get you the commentary tracks. $10 gives you a shout out at the end of podcasts. So go ahead and do that. Shout out Jason C. Cord, Tanya Nolbert-Craft. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Go to that in the comment section below. What do you think of episode 1, 2, or 3? What's your favorite episode so far? Do you think Agatha All Along needed to exist? And finally, are you a witch? Comment below and let me know. While you're down there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. You're great.
I slid my ticket across the table and I said, "Sorry guys, I gotta see about a girl."